Hello, this is Susan Ashley. Welcome to my YouTube channel. As you can see behind me, I'm actually in Pisa, at the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but I'm on the grass. This is called the Grass of Miracles. So I thought I'd come in. That's why you can't see the tower behind me. You can see behind me the baptism area that's quite famous. I'm not sure if they baptize people anymore. And on this side is some burial ground, you know, like a cemetery. And then we have on another side the cathedral, which the tower is behind. I'll just, if I can quickly show that to you. I'd love to. It's being renovated, it looks like. I think you can see, let's see if I can open it up. No, yeah, but you can see there. So we came to Florence. We've been to a lot of different cities here. I was been called to come here for quite some time now, and then the opportunity came, so Yanni and I took it. And normally when I travel, I know there's a reason for the travel, and I get a sort of feeling of the collective consciousness when I arrive somewhere. And that collective consciousness can be suffering, it can be poverty, it can be joy, it can be, like, I know when I used to go to Ireland, I would feel a tremendous amount of joy and you know, strong sort of fairy energy, magical energy that made me feel alive. So there was that. Just got to put my bag down for a second. And so I have to wear glasses because it's too sunny for me. Sorry about the camera. It's too sunny for me to not at this moment. So anyway, we're walking around for a few days, and I'm thinking there's something wrong with me because I couldn't feel the collective, and I couldn't feel anything coming out of the people, and I couldn't feel anything coming out of the buildings. Like, I wasn't attracted to any of the buildings at all. It was very odd. Usually I would get a feeling whether it's positive or negative, and I'd go into somewhere and I'd get a readout, or I'd see something from past times or something like this, but I didn't get anything. It was like neutral. And I thought to myself, well, maybe it's me. Because, you know, when you are in this game, the first question you ask yourself is it me? Am I creating this? What do I need to learn about this? What do I need to know? What's happening for me? Right? So we always blame it on ourselves first. So that's what I did. I went through all the usual things. And then last night I didn't sleep. Usually I don't sleep when I travel, but the first 2 nights I did actually sleep, which I thought was odd in itself. But last night I didn't sleep at all because this was going around in my head. We were in Florence yesterday, and I thought, I don't feel anything. I didn't connect with the people. I didn't connect with the buildings. Beautiful, but I felt no energy coming out of them. There was no energy coming out of the ground. It was as if I was walking through a ghost town. Thousands and thousands of people, but I felt nothing. What's going on? So then last night what I saw was something I knew when they first started doing these injections, right? I was told very strongly by Spirit, don't take it. I think I put a video up about it, but you probably have forgotten. And what I saw was that these injections were to separate your spirit from your body in some sort of way, but also to trap your spirit on the earth plane so that you cannot go home spiritually. So you're trapped, and then your spirit is, which is a light force, is constantly harvested. It's a little bit like the Matrix. And I saw that that was happening on 2 levels. So there was one level which was the grid that they had created on the earth using let's say 5G or Wi-Fi, and then there's a satellite grid. So they're creating an artificial grid that's like an artificial astral plane, right, that keeps you stuck. So that I was told, under no circumstances take this, under no circumstances. And in fact, we did a interview with Kerry Cassidy, and I'm sure a lot of you know who she is. And I said in that interview with her that I'd rather, you know, off myself than take that. And she and a few others got offended because I don't know why they got offended. She seemed to have believed at the time, I don't know if she still believes it, that you have to put in your mind that it won't affect you and it won't affect you, which I think, if anybody knows anyone that can do that, great, let me know. I wonder if she actually had it, if she had the courage to have it, to have that state of mind. And I'm not calling her out, I'm just saying that's one person. And I actually know quite a number of others that have said it. And in my view, just saying, I actually think that's really scary. I won't say any more than that. But anyway, that's what I was told. So go back to being in Florence. Last night I started to see why I didn't feel anything, and it is very much the injection. It's very much that the soul is sort of detached from the person. But what was really interesting was our spirit is one with everything. Our body is actually one with everything as well. It's organic to the earth. When you separate these two things, it's like the earth and you become disconnected, which I think is why I wasn't feeling anything coming out of the buildings. There was no consciousness coming out of the buildings, which was very, very odd. And I don't know about any of you, but is anybody else feeling this, where there's nothing coming off people? There's nothing coming out of the buildings. It's like everything is separated. The spirit is separated from you, and there's nothing anchoring. It's like a lot of people are no longer anchored to the earth. Therefore, that collective consciousness that we usually connect with, that is our common thread between each other, isn't there. So I think a lot of people, when I look around, are feeling unanchored. They don't feeling more and more like they don't belong, like they're in between worlds, because we anchor each other. That's the common thread. That collective spirit, if you like, helps us to feel at home here. And so I said last night, you know, spirit, oh, that's right, that was the other thing. So I'm walking through these towns and I kept feeling the touch of a spirit, you know, that gentle touch that you feel by spirit. Didn't feel bad, didn't feel uncomfortable, didn't feel like it was a negative spirit. And so what I got last night, it's those that have passed on, let's say, and are trapped in that artificial astral. And I didn't feel like they were trying to attach to me. I didn't feel like they were wanting to hurt me. It was more, they just wanted to connect and feel a life force, I suppose. So what I got last night was that it's important for any of you who feel the calling to go and release these souls, like call in a combination of angels and, let's say, the Christ energy, the energy of, I would say, the ancient ones, the lords of karma, and get them to help you to release, even the cosmic police, to release these spirits, these souls that are stuck, because there are a lot that are stuck here at the moment. But it's very, very weird because they're stuck in a different way, right? So normally when you walk into a place and there's a lot of earthbound spirits, you feel it, you feel uneasy, you can feel the presence. It's not like that. It's like an empty feeling. It's as if nothing is emanating from the buildings, nothing is emanating. And the other thing that I got too, which was important, because I was asking about, you know, the churches, I didn't feel any urge to go into a church or anything like that. And what I received around that was that the energy has been removed from these churches, from the Vatican. And that was also something else, that when we went to Jerusalem, I could feel the presence of Christ, of God, of that time. I felt it so deeply, it touched me. There was a peace everywhere we went. There was a glow coming off the people. I'd like to go back there and see now, because of all these injections, whether it feels the same with the people, but the earth had a glow about it. It had a magic about it. It had an essence about it that was so serene, and you felt the presence of God in everything. Now, that's what 5D is about, feeling the presence of God in everything. And I can say I have not felt it here. Beautiful buildings, I mean, magnificent buildings. Magnificent, absolutely magnificent. The workmanship, everything. But there's no energy. It's like they're empty. It's like a ghost town. And yet there are thousands of people here. I feel nothing. So I was told that the energy is leaving Rome. Actually, Jesus never resided in Rome. It was the Romans that actually killed him. We could say that the Jews killed him also because they turned their back, they denied him. But it was the Romans' hand that killed him. And so what Rome did was it harnessed Christ consciousness, it harnessed Christ energy and built an empire. Look how much wealth it built by harnessing that energy, and that is leaving. So I think Rome is going to fall. I really do. I think something's going to happen with the church. I mean, that's what I mean by Rome, because it was built on a lie. The whole thing was built on a lie, and I'm sorry if you're Catholic, but it's all built on a lie, and you're going to find out very soon the truth of it all. So the reason I'm doing this video is because I want to hear from you. Are you feeling the same? Because, you know, I've been feeling for about 2 years at least, maybe longer, this thing I can walk through anywhere and not feel connected. I feel like I'm in my own reality is the only way I can put it. Because before, when I would walk through a place, I'd be very affected. I'd be affected emotionally, I'd be affected physically, I'd be picking up on everything from everyone. And so it was a pain in the ass to go away with me because I was so very sensitive. That sensitivity doesn't seem to be there, and I really attribute that to these meditations we've been doing on the Saturday, because Spirit has been uplifting our DNA, uplifting our whole fluid in our body, uplifting our essence. So I felt like I've gone into 5D and I'm residing there, and that's why I'm not treading on 3D or even 4D. This is different. This is something completely different. And I think a lot of you are feeling that way, and you're probably like me, blaming yourselves. And when you look around at people, you're not feeling anything. That's because they're being detached from their body. And whilst they may be speaking the right words spiritually, they may be speaking the right words, so they sound knowledgeable. However, I don't know that they're actually really connected. I don't know. I'd like to hear from you to see what you think. But it's been a very, very weird journey and a very weird experience. I'm looking forward to the next few days to see, because then what Spirit said to me last night, just go, like I said, if you've got the calling, go and release the souls. Release the souls from that are trapped. And I don't think it would take much, because I feel that they're looking for something, and I don't get the feeling they're not souls that have been trapped for centuries and they're angry or they're sad or they're distraught or something. This is fresh. So there is not that stickiness, that old energy that that would make you uncomfortable. It's actually quite an easy feeling. I don't know what else I can say about that, to be honest. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you, and I wondered whether anybody else was feeling that disconnect. It's not you're disconnected, it's like you're in a different reality, but the people are disconnected. And also when I look at them, I don't see an etheric body. You know, the etheric body is that thin light that you see over the just off the body, and then you see the aura. There's usually this thin light. Some people have a very thin one, some have a thicker one. I'm not even seeing that. Very weird. So I know that's because this area, it's highly injected. So it was freaking me out, to be honest. But now I say, okay, I was brought here for a reason, so I'm going to continue doing this, just praying as I go along and calling in the beings. I said it in the meditation. I had this thing a few weeks ago where I saw these massive angels, warrior angels. I'm talking giants. And I saw it physically come out of the sky at night. It was kind of like sunset. They came down and they said, we are fighting on your behalf. There is a war going on and we are now in the war. And they were massive. And I feel like they're also here fighting to help these souls to go home. And this is really important. Anyway, I'll say goodbye now because I've just seen a little dog like my old dog, and Yanni's talking to the owner, so I want to go and pat the little thing. And I'm sending you lots of love and miracles from this earth, you know. This is supposed to be miracle ground. Who knows? But I thought it would be a great place to actually do a video. I'm happy because there's no one really around me. Over there, there's crowds, you can see. Crowds. It's like thousands of people. I don't know if you can see them. There's so many people. So I'm just fortunate that I was able to come here in the peace and do this video. I hope it's made sense because I've rushed it all out. I felt I needed to put it up today while it's fresh in my head, that something is going on. It's like the energy is being withdrawn from these places because the people are no longer anchoring it here. You've got to remember, it's people's collective consciousness, their belief systems, that creates reality. And as these people, never seen so many ambulances and stuff as I have here. As these people are being separated from their body, their soul's being separated and it's been harvested and they're dying, the collective consciousness is becoming weaker and they want to replace that with something unholy, and it's up to us to hold the light. It's up to us to hold the love, the light and the truth, and continue having compassion, because most of these people did this out of fear or love. Okay, bye for now. Lots of love. Oh, just remember to like and do all of that. Join me on Saturdays for the meditations. They are profound. A lot of information is coming out now about the cerebral fluid. We've been doing this for a while. I'm so guided by Spirit. I feel so grateful that I am. But the reason I am is because I take the time to meditate myself. I take the time to listen. I'm, disciplined in that way. It just takes a little bit of discipline, 10 minutes a day. Lots of love. Bye.